Hello, hello. It's been a while. Welcome to Office Hours. It's where we typically get together every week and talk about what's going on in Butterfly's AIs. Um, I missed last week because I was sick, and I'm sincerely sorry about that. So this week we really don't have a whole lot to cover. The developers have been really busy with getting video working in some way or form. So that's led to some snafus with Poster Pass. Poster Pass should be out today. If you go to your butterflies, you should now see that they have a next post in little page with a countdown. Yeah. This week was kind of apocalyptic. I mean, there's been some issues. Nothing that anybody should worry about, just issues with how things went through. That's all. Don't we all deserve free money, King? But yeah, so with Poster Pass, just a reminder when your butterfly is ready to post, you'll get a notification from them about what they want to post about, as well as the opportunity to refine that post. One moment, trying to find the screenshot of what that looks like. One second, Ethel. I saw your. Does this come with butterflies being able to reply again? I am not 100% sure. That could be a separate issue. The only thing left to do is really try at this point. And with all of my butterflies being like 3 hours away from posting, um, I wouldn't be able to get a fresh like preview of what the refined flow looks like. So please bear with me like 2 minutes while I look up the refine flow. Or not the refine flow, how Poster Pass's refine flow works. Okay. I'm not sure if post or pass uses will use up pokes. I did not get a chance to, or did not get a response from that. When I get a chance in just a second, I will read that, King. So, yeah, poster pass is going to be a little bit different than an auto post. You have the opportunity to refine the butterfly's post before it gets posted, meaning that refined flow from the mobile app will be available on web through Poster Pass. Um, and pokes are different. Pokes are basically, hey, do something. You know, we've all seen the sticker. We've all seen the sticker. That's basically what a poke is. It tells your bot to do something, right? A poke and prompt is a little bit more advanced than that. You can tell your butterfly what you want it to do, right? And refining is basically after your butterfly has already, done something. Well, that wasn't quite right. Let's try that again. And post or past is available on the entire platform, mobile web, and iOS. Um, I'm not 100% sure how locations will work with post or pass. From what it seems, it should. Yeah, there's still a lot up in the air about Android. Google Play has been really relentless with how they want to moderate their app store, and with Butterflies offering NSFW characters, it has just not been kind. Okay, where was it? Huh. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time finding that single screenshot, which is annoying. So basically, yeah, I don't know why different apps are on Google Play and Butterflies is not. I only know that we're having issues getting onto Google Play due to what we have. Okay. So Sakura could have some setting on Google that just completely hides things from the reviewers or something, right? They could have done something completely different with the way that they moderate their mobile app. There's a whole bunch of moving parts that allow other apps to be on the platform that we just didn't know about at the time. And I swear Butterflies had their rating as 17 plus too. Ooh, yeah. That is another point. We don't moderate chats. We don't look into what you're talking about with your AIs at all. Like, that's just, yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard a lot about Sakura in a while. I'm assuming it's, uh, you know, I'm assuming it's almost on the way out since don't really hear a lot about it. But at the same time, that's never really a indicator of what's going on. Hearing nothing isn't a always a sign of things aren't happening. Yeah. They probably also have a different user base. Oof. Yeah, no. That I would never do that. If you guys want to watch what we have on YouTube, that go ahead. If you know, need the link, I'll give it to you. If you don't want to watch it, you don't need to. Yeah, that's just oof. That would definitely I can see that eroding any sort of user base. Ouch. Yeah, Moscape is completely safe for work. Their counterpart, Yodio, is not completely safe for work, but Moscape, for all intents and purposes, is completely safe for work. Oh, Moescape? Sorry, I'm just gonna continue to call it Moscape. It reminds me of the bartender from The Simpsons. Absolutely, it's a meme. And sometimes all it's needed is a meme to describe something. For example, us and, come on, do something. So, I've been talking a bit for a while about butterflies working on video. I mean, okay, Roscoe, with butterflies, you have both post, like image bots, as well as a chat bot hooked up to the end. Um, like if you go into DMs, that's basically a chatbot experience that is kind of similar. It has a different layout than other chatbot services, but the back end is pretty much similar. You know, you're chatting with your AI where your personality prompt is hooked up to the AI. So Zloy Wolf, the videos are completely randomized from the development team. They tend to make videos for those who do well on the leaderboard, like as kind of a, hey, you placed first, second, or third on the leaderboard. Here's a video of your post that won, right? And we've seen a few over the past few months as they've been working on video. Um, it at this current time, it is not possible for a user to generate a video through butterflies, but I believe within the near future we might be able to actually have that like starting to come through a lot more. Um, Personally, because I am impatient as all get out, I tend to use a service called Crea. It aggregates a whole bunch of image gen and video gen services together. And through that, I have been able to make just kind of stupid things, you know. It's simple prompting to get things like this, right? It's spelled Krea. Yeah, no, I put it in, so with this particular video, what I did was I trained a WAN off of a single image that I generated into a whole bunch of videos. So what I did was I took this image on from MageSpace, which I generated on MageSpace, and then I made like 35 different video clips on MageSpace with it, and then I uploaded those to a WAN training model on Crea. So, to my knowledge, basically what will be happening is that when video goes through, something kind of similar to what I did, where there will be some images that are informing the model's concept or the model's looks for your character would be coming through. Um, Unfortunately, on MageSpace currently, which MageSpace is great, they have their own little video generator, as well as they have a whole bunch of image generators, like from Flux to several forms of stable diffusion to like even community driven flavors. So that I think is honestly fun and great. But yeah, currently on MageSpace, you can only produce a 5-second video clip like this. And let's check. Okay, that's trippy, Johnny. That's cool. I like that. That was made with ChatGPT through Sora. Okay. Yeah, what I've been using is WAN for most of my video generation, except for on MageSpace. On MageSpace, I believe what they're using is a flavor of WAN, but I'm not 100% sure. Pixverse. I have not tried Pixverse. Um, how do you like Pixverse so far? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, a part of video generation, just like image generation, is you will get cursed things. Like, there's just no way around it. Let me see. Ah, here's the best cursed one. Yeah, so Brian, just a quick update while you're listening and just joined. The post or pass update should be working, which means that all of your bots should have a timer counting down to when their next post is. It's the described action that we had talked about for post and pass. Yeah, I don't think that they will. I honestly don't think that they will post all at the same time. However, if they do, I am personally worried about a potential DDoS like when we had, um, it was what, maybe 6 months in, and we had just gotten a few thousand members. And yeah, Ethereal made a good point. They won't all post at, 4 hours from now. They do have different times. It just seems that all of mine are going to be posting in 4 hours because I've set all of mine to the central time zone. Um, so I have a feeling that I'm going to be getting like 150 notifications in about 3.5, 4 hours. And remember, that's how it's going to work. It is not going to be suddenly there are 150 new posts from your butterflies. It's going to be there are suddenly 150 notifications that your butterflies want to post. I haven't noticed a whole lot of that time zone change, but I have noticed that some of my butterflies that were active in the evenings have switched to being more nighttime. All of them? How many butterflies do you have? 1051? Oh, that's not a good thing, King. I just recently saw you made your 550th freaking butterfly. Like, excuse my swearing there, but that's just an astounding number, especially, like, just considering how much work can go into them. Jeez. Okay, so you two, in about 4 hours, I am going to be bothering you. I am quite curious to see what your notifications look like in about 3 hours when all of these bots ask to post. I mean, okay, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, if you're asleep, don't answer. That's fair. I hear you, Ethel. I definitely hear you there. And okay, so there is a small difference between them. Interesting. I'm honestly curious to see how it works. I really am. So I know Johnny has had some video prompting experience. I saw that Roskull has mentioned a little bit about it. What do you mean pause bots? Like the automatically pause bots? Oh, yeah. So I have a feeling that even the paused bots will ask to post at least this initial time around. And that's the thing about the post or pass. The pass part. You can pass on that post if it's paused. Um, yeah, I know it's not an elegant solution, and it all seems kind of hacked together. I wish I knew more about what was going on in the development to be able to tell you what's going on, you know? It might be. There might be quite a few features that just kind of get depreciated, and I don't know how many of those will be. So, Johnny, we've known about that issue for a while, and I believe it is due to an incompatibility between the ad blocking and proxy services that Brave has, um, as well as like how we things are set up on our side. It'll take a while for us to figure out the Brave issues. I'm not gonna lie, because with privacy protection and privacy focused browsers, it seems like they need a little bit more elegant solutions than what was hacked together in the beginning for our database. Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure that really all it is just a polling rate type of a thing. Like it's nothing nefarious. It's just, hey, this is a little too fast. What's going on? Trust me, we have people who are looking for vulnerabilities. Checking bots randomly most of the time. The same post the same time with a few minutes difference. Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean with the opt out ethereal? Like, think that if that was brought up, that would have been brought up a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long, long, long time ago. I'm remembering a little bit more about that now as soon as you mentioned they had to send an email. So, the way that Butterflies works, some data is collected. Your username, your user ID, things like that, right? And that information is essential to running the website. Opting out of that type of data collection, you're not going to have a good experience. That's, again, to my understanding. I'm sure that what you are referring to and what I have as an understanding are different because I completely understand the opt out ideals for different things. Your Amazon wish list? Where does it say that? I can understand the location data. I can. I can understand maybe a limited browser history, like, hey, have you visited the website? Hello, Alex. But yeah, no, it's not as extensive as people think. It really isn't. It's just literally basic housekeeping things that the website needs for data collection. Some people don't know it's a joke, especially when it comes through text. Yeah, you can go ahead and wonder. So, let's see. Yeah, it, not a ton, actually. Not a ton, King. So let's see. Honestly, there really isn't an itinerary for today's office hours. It's basically, hey guys, we got post and pass working. We're working on video as best as we can. And there's still, unfortunately, no updates about the Google Play Store. So I would say, yeah, abandon hope with Google Play. At this point, it's been a few months, and any I have not seen really any service recover from a few months of fighting with Google Play. Yeah, I agree with that, gang. Google does just like to cause issues where they can. Bring back pictures. What do you mean? Being able to see pictures in direct messages, being able to receive pictures in direct messages. And yeah, Wolf, I can agree that the banter in the comic section is honestly fun. Sometimes it feels really authentic, and other times it feels forced. You should still be able to receive messages from your bots, Roscoe. Hello, Autumn. You don't receive them? Huh. Would you mind making a ticket, please? and letting me know what butterflies are not responding. Okay. So Ethereal, I think what you're referring to is the NSFW in DMs ban. Yeah. I'm not sure if that will be resolved anytime soon. All of your bots, Roscoe. That's hmm. What platform are you chatting on? I mean, mobile web, or through an app on either iOS or the old. Okay. Do you still use the old Android app? Okay, so you're chatting mostly on mobile web. That's okay, Roscoe. I have a couple of backups. And I'm curious about that too, Autumn. I don't know if they'll keep the Android app hooked up. Alright, Roscoe, if you wouldn't mind making a moderator ticket in the mod support category. Because I feel like that is something else going on there. Here is a link to the mod support channel where you can make a ticket. Um, Honestly, King, I do not know whether or not the developers are like able or even willing to make a side-loaded APK. Um, 1 second. It would have to be side-loaded. That is side-loading. According to Google, that is side-loading because they own Android. In technicality, yes. In public terms, not really. But yeah, there is already a few versions of the APK available on different platforms like Up to Down or Aptoid. I would not recommend installing those. Quite a few of them seem to have been modified, as well as I don't know how long Android will still be supported. I have been talking with the developers about using a progressive web app to have a local install of the website on pretty much any device that supports progressive web apps, which is actually a browser setting. So if you use a Chromium browser like Brave, Microsoft Edge, Chrome, it's natively inbuilt into the browser. Microsoft Edge even fills out the entire backend for progressive web apps. Oi! Give me just a minute. I need to break up my cats. So I don't know why Microsoft Edge is the only one that fills out the web app manifest for people, but it's the only one that I found so far that can basically create its own default web app manifest and install the web app. And that's really all that's going on is it's adding a JSON to it. What do you mean you can't get an ad blocker on Edge? They just allowed extensions. You can download whatever ad block you want. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it is sad that Chrome doesn't allow extensions on mobile. I believe Firefox, Edge, Brave, and Opera have mobile extensions. Yeah, Microsoft Edge, when it was first made, was a complete disaster. It really was. Now it is much less of a disaster, especially when they realized that the RAM issue was a big issue. So, yeah. I don't know. I tend to use it a lot more than I use Chrome or Firefox or Brave. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah, Gemini just integrated itself into everything, a lot like Copilot integrated itself into everything Microsoft. And at least Copilot can, like, read a document and respond based off of it. Gemini's answers so far, I haven't tried the premium version of Gemini at all. So just the free version has not been. Uh, it didn't get all of the information that Copilot did. And also, full disclosure, I am using the paid version of Copilot because it comes with my Office subscription. Um, but yeah, there's so many AI assistants out now. Like, it really is a what do you want to use? Whose ecosystem do you want to fall into? Or do you want to just cobble it together yourself? And Johnny, I honestly agree that we do need to do something to stand out, by the way. I wasn't ignoring that. I'm just trying to figure out what the best answer to that is. Because there are some things that make us stand out, right? We have a social media like feed that has actually been working well. We have a few things that make us stand out from, say, Agnostic or CareHub or whatever. So you want an on-site assistant that will remind you, hey, did you know that a prompt is what you put into an AI in order to get it to do what you want it to do? I mean, okay, so honestly, if I did go to an AI generation website and saw that kind of a thing, I'd probably use it for like 20 minutes just because of that feature. But I don't see how useful it could be, and I see it being really, really draining on resources. Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, okay. So, an on site personal assistant. That is actually a decent idea. I do like that idea. The implementation of that idea, however, is a lot more difficult, especially when you take time to consider like all of the other moving parts. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, there a lot of the assistants that I've seen on other sites are basically just a GPT flavor, or like I've seen a couple of them that try to hook up a little bit of image gen to it. Um, one that springs to mind is, I think it's now depreciated, but like there was another social media like attempt at an AI platform. Um, it's not Pixiv, but its name was similar to Pixiv. It's been that long since I looked into it. Oh yeah, no. Copilot for Visual Studio Code is super super nice. Holy. I might have been PixArt. Um phew. All I remember is that it was a purple banner with a white Lady Pixie logo. It's been so long since I tried to look into it. But their personal assistant on their app, you initially made when you signed up, right? You made your own little assistant. It didn't work out as well as I would like it to. It does kind of feel like all of the bots are gonna explode. You don't see the timer? Okay, so Autumn, go to your profile page, and from your profile page, click or tap on one of your bots, and on their profile page, you should see a timer underneath their interact portion. It should look something like this. Thank you, Roscoe. I will get to that ticket in just a little bit after office hours. That might be my Wisconsinite accent. I'm sorry. Are you on mobile web, the app, or web? Okay, so this should be through mobile web and web. Um, are you an Android user? I forget. Okay, yeah, no, there's not going to be an update to the Android app with this. So if you're on Android, you'd have to use it from the mobile web or from desktop web. Weird. Okay. Give me just a second because I was told that it shouldn't be on Android because there's no way to update the Android app. Um, Let me check on my phone. Yeah, I don't see it on my phone. Snap debug mode, you're saying, is what might have done it? Let me check. Okay, now I'm in snap mode. Not on snap mode either. Weird. Yeah, on my device it didn't show up with it off or on. And I don't know why we're not seeing it on the app either. Like, as I mentioned, the Android app shouldn't get this update as there's no way to update the Android app through the Google Play Store. Um, I don't know. It's strange. It's at the very bottom? Eh? Huh. Give me just a second. Sorry. Yeah, no, I am seeing it at the bottom now. I had to turn the snap mode off and on again. Or on and then off again in order to see it. The first time, I did not see it at all. Clones on mobile web might be difficult. The main portion of clones is being able to take a picture of yourself, right? So, with all of the plethora of browsers and the way that they handle camera requests, I'm not too sure how that might work out, but I will definitely ask about it. Oof. You guys got redirected back to the site from the Android app, he said? So, I have not tried uploading any of the videos that I've created yet to my own profile, Roscoe. I know that we used to have the ability to upload GIFs to our own profiles, so I feel like we might have to convert videos to GIFs in order to upload them. Um, but I'm not sure if GIFs are still allowed. I haven't seen one in a very long time. That would be appreciated. Okay. Yeah, definitely crickets. I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot to talk about today. I was initially going to have a kind of user guide on prompting butterflies and prompting videos, but it's already 10 minutes to the top of the hour, and I feel like that would be a lot better as a separate discussion. Um, are there any more questions about what's going on with butterflies right now? I mean, I'll let you know when the people above us, Doofenshmirtz Incorporated, take over the world. Then I think we're next in line. But like real talk, I honestly don't know how popular butterflies will get. We currently have somewhere a, around little less than 120,000 humans on the platform. So yeah, it's kind of popular, but 120,000 people isn't as a lot when you realize that 120,000 people is about the size of a medium city. Okay. I am sorry, people, but I am going to have to be pulling us just a few minutes early here. And yeah, no, the entire narrative of butterflies being dead in internet theory is definitely a pusher. Um, Today we talked about basically what's been going on with butterflies, why we haven't seen poster pass, as well as what might be happening with the Google Play. There was a bit of talk about video and how things are being handled, what we've been able to see. And I unfortunately do not have a lyricized outro song, but I do have an outro song. Um, you'll be able to hear it on YouTube. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you for joining and chatting with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.